Damn, thank God I'm fly. Thank God I'm fly. Thank God I'm fly. You call it cocky, I call it true.
Hello, welcome to my channel. Today, we are talking about Mama 2023 Day 2 outfits. I wanted to post this earlier but the holiday season has been so crazy, so sorry for the delay, but like I always say, better late than never. In this video I'm going to be talking about the red carpet and performance outfits from Day 2 of the ceremony. I'm going to comment on the outfits, I'll be giving them a rating from 1 to 10, and when it's a group, I'm going to be ranking the outfits. I already did a whole video for Day 1 outfits, so if you haven't seen it yet, you can check it out. But now, we have a lot of outfits to talk about, so grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's get into the video. Disclaimer. I am a fashion enthusiast and I studied fashion design in university, however, fashion is subjective. What I might think it's pretty, someone else might hate it, and it's completely okay. This isn't meant to be taken too seriously and I'm only doing it for fun. I'm only talking about the outfits, not the people wearing them. My thoughts on the clothing are just that, on the clothing, so I hope no one misunderstands it. So many people attended the ceremony, and I can't possibly talk about every single person that was there, so forgive me if I didn't mention your faves. I also can't possibly extend on every single look because otherwise we would be here for hours, so I'm going to be short when it comes to talking about each one. But without further ado, let's begin. First, we have Zero Base 1. The boys wore blue head to toe, although in some pictures the navy blue suits looked black. All their outfits were in different shades of blue, and in different fabric textures, which offers variety in the look. I love how some members have a fur piece in their look. It looks so good, but also offers some warmth since currently it's the middle of winter in Korea. I like that they wore a different color from black or white, and the blue really popped off with the white background and the red carpet, however, it's still pretty simple. More accessories could have made the look much more interesting, although I get that they were going for that clean and classic look. They look handsome as hell, but there's something missing in the look for me to love it. Although I have to say that it's better than their Day 1 look in my opinion. 8 out of 10. Next, we have I-DLE. The girls wore all black outfits, which made them look classy, but like I always say, I want something more interesting. My favorite outfits are Sooyoung and Minnie's. I love the sparkles and fur coat in Minnie's look, and it's so small, but I also love the white detail on the toe of her heels. And I love the Morticia vibes Sooyoung is giving with the super long hair and the long dress. Miyeon, Sooyoung, and Yuki's dress are simpler, but I love the long silhouette in Miyeon and Yuki's dress. I would have loved for their looks to have a sparkly element like Sooyoung and Minnie's had, since it would have made their looks to stand out a bit more. Their looks had a bit of accessorizing, however, with a bit more it could have been better. If you have a simple outfit, accessories like jewelry, belts, and hats elevate a look so much more. All of the girls looked gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but this isn't my favorite look ever. 8 out of 10. Next, we have Sooyoung from Girls' Generation. Oh my god, when I tell you my jaw dropped when I first saw her look, it was literally on the floor. She wore this silky baby blue halter long dress. The fit of the dress is perfect, it was perfectly tailored to her body. I love the silhouette of the dress, and the cutout in the center of the chest area gives the look a subtle sexy vibe. I like that she is wearing a bright color in the red carpet, unlike 99% of the attendees. The shade of blue is really flattering with her skin tone and hair color. The hairstyle, makeup, and accessorizing were minimal, but it worked nicely with the look, and it allowed for the dress to be the center of attention. Her styling killed it by choosing this dress for her because she looked stunning. Of course, without a single doubt, 10 out of 10. Next, we have El7z Up. Like most of the attendees, the girls are wearing black from head to toe, and it's quite boring. I appreciate that they give the girls interesting silhouettes for the dresses, but some of them were done kind of dirty in my opinion. Yuki, Yeonhee, Nana, and Hyeso's dresses are really nice. They were nicely tailored to them, and they all looked pretty. The rest, however, I don't love. Uhm and Yeon's dresses, although pretty, they aren't that flattering. The dresses aren't necessarily bad, but it's like their styling team didn't even consider that all the girls have different body types. Key's dress isn't really unflattering, but just more the fact that I don't like it one bit. The silhouette is so odd, and it literally looks like she grabbed some bed sheets and wrapped them around her body. I like that they tried to give the girls somewhat interesting black dresses with nice accessories and hairstyles, but with just some teeny tiny tweaks the look could have been even better. 7 out of 10. Next, we have Ateez. The boys wore black from head to toe, at least I think so, but I'm not really sure because in some pics it looks like Yeonho's suit is navy blue, but for the sake of this video and my sanity, let's say they are all wearing black. Some of the looks are just your standard suit boy group look for red carpet events, which is so boring and uninteresting. However, there are some small detail that stood out to me and are worth mentioning in my opinion. I love Minga's printed coat so much. His look is for sure my favorite in here because although he's wearing all black, he has a print and quite a bit of accessories that make the whole thing more interesting. Another look I liked a lot was Sooyoung's, and it's mostly because of the huge bow his shirt has. It's so eye-catching, and paired with the high-waisted pants, it just looks so good. I also like that the coats and jackets they wore look thick, which is perfect for the winter weather. I of course would have liked a bit more of color or interesting pieces, and a ton more of accessories, but it is what it is. 7 out of 10. Next, we have Niziu. The girls are wearing dresses in black, white, and gray. I like that they have another color that isn't just black or white, even if it's just a simple light gray. Their individual outfits are actually really interesting, so I'm going to quickly talk about each one since I have thoughts. I like that the dress is gray and even has a print, although I don't love the neckline lapels and the bubble skirt. She looks so angelic in white, and the dress is cute but so simple. At least with better accessories maybe the look could have been elevated. A dress with so many ruffles can go wrong so quickly, but this one is perfect, and was perfectly tailored to her. I love the hanging strands on the hem, and paired with the shoes and hairstyle, she looked like a ballet ballerina. The dress is simple, but the stiff structure is so nice, and I absolutely love the peak of the white pleats on the hem. The dress might seem simple at first look, but it's actually really elaborate, and she looked stunning with it. The dress is so unflattering for her body, and paired with the thick strap of the heels around her ankles, it makes her look a lot shorter than she is. I also think that she's wearing the exact same dress as Uhm from El7z Up, and that's never a good thing. The dress is simple, but the contrast of the black and white with the bow on the center makes the look more interesting. The dress is cute, but a bit too casual in my opinion. Also I think I've seen it before in K-pop but I can't pinpoint where, so if you know please let me know. Like the gray color, but the dress is so simple and boring. It's not flattering and they barely gave her any accessories. They had some amazing looks, but some not so amazing looks. The overall idea of the look was interesting, and it could have been so good but unfortunately it wasn't. 8 out of 10. Next, we have 17. They are my ults of ults. I love them so freaking much, but god their outfits are so boring. All of them are wearing boring regular suits, with basically none interesting elements. The only thing I like is that Mingyu's suit is printed with the Louis Vuitton monogram, but it's so small that is barely noticeable. Some of them had a small detail that I liked, like a chains and pins, but it still wasn't enough. I know they aren't known for having amazing fashion, but I expected something more interesting than this. I for sure expected a lot more from the 8, who always delivers amazing looks. The silhouette of his outfit is nice, but the pieces themselves are so boring. I also don't love the combination of pairing a white jacket with black pants, so I don't really like Vernon, Joshua, and DK's looks. I still love them, but this is so uninteresting and forgettable, so 6 out of 10. Next, we have Les Sserafim. The girls wore all white looks, and I have to say that I don't love this. Yeonjin's dress is nice up until you hit the waist. I like the simple strapless neckline, but the rest is a mess. The bubble skirt with a slit in the middle and then rest of the skirt falling down without any direction is just awful. The dress is so bad, and the fabric is made from looks so wrinkly and cheap. I also hate the shoes, especially because from the front it looks like she's wearing slides. Like what the fuck is that? Chaewon's dress is mostly simple with the puffy off-the-shoulder sleeves being the main element in the look. Her look isn't awful, but I don't like the sleeves, and just like Yeonjin's, the fabric of the dress looks so cheap. Kazuha's dress has me torn. I don't like whatever draping is supposed to be happening in the bodice, and I don't love the waist area where it looks like she has something wrapped around her waist. But the way the skirt falls is quite nice, and the dress is nicely tailored to her. Sakura looks like she's performing Feel Special with Twice in 2019. The dress isn't bad, but it's a bit too simple for a red carpet, and it doesn't feel innovative enough, although I do like the socks and heels combo. Yoonche's look is the one I like the most. It isn't revolutionary, but the dress is actually cute, it fits her nicely, and I like how it was styled. Could have used a bit more accessories in my opinion, but it do love the bows on her hair, and the socks with the heels. I honestly don't know what happened with Sserafim's stylists. The fabrics for their dresses are shiny, which if it isn't done right, could very easily look customy. I really like the hairstyles in Yoonchae, Sakura, and Chaewon, and I actually like Yeonjun's hair being simple like it was, but they could have done something more with Kazuha's hair. They all could have benefited from more jewelry, like rings, bigger earrings, and necklaces. As a whole this was a bit disappointing, so 5 out of 10. Next, we have Boynextdoor. They are currently my favorite rookie boy group, and I love them so much, but these outfits were quite boring. This type of look is something so uninteresting that's been done 1,000 times before. I like that their jackets are different, and some of them have details like white piping, studs, and interesting silhouettes, but aside that, the look is so simple. I've said this like a million times already, but they needed more color, maybe some prints, and a ton more accessories. The look being almost entirely black isn't really the issue here, but rather that there isn't anything memorable. 7 out of 10. Next, we have Junghwa. This woman is literally 54 years old, and that's not me age shaming, don't get it twisted people, but she's 54 and she looks like this. In the meantime, I'm here with 23 looking older and way worse than her. How is that possible? She wore this see-through sparkly black dress, with a black bra and black shorts underneath. The accessories are minimal in the look, but not in a bad way. It actually allows for the dress to shine, and she looked drop-dead gorgeous. This is a perfect example that the problem of a boring look isn't the color black, because she's wearing it from head to toe, but the clothing is interesting and impactful enough on its own that she doesn't need nothing else. 10 out of 10. Next, we have actress Park Eunbi. She wore this long princess-style nude dress. The bodice of the dress had all of this flower and crystal embroidery, while the skirt was made entirely of tulle with some lace on the hem. At face value the dress is gorgeous, but I don't love the way the embroidery was sewn into the dress. If you really look at it from up close it looks somewhat cheap, and that isn't a good thing. However, that's only up close, because from afar she looked completely stunning. The accessories were minimal, which is completely fine, but I wish she had worn her hair up with some bigger earrings, since the hair down with all the embroidery on the shoulder feels a bit heavy. However, I do love her nails. 8 out of 10. Next, we have actress Noh Yoonseo. She wore this stunning high-neck, long-sleeve, floor-length silver sequin dress. The dress is actually somewhat sheer, so she wore what I think is a black bodysuit underneath for more coverage. The accessories were minimal, but the longer earrings with her hair up were the perfect choice for a turtleneck dress. The dress was perfectly tailored to her, and she looked absolutely stunning. This is how you show up for a red carpet, people. Her look actually reminds me a bit of Junghwa's because the core elements are the same. The dress being floor-length with long sleeves. It also being see-through, and sparkly. Obviously it's not exactly the same, but it gave me the same vibes. 10 out of 10. Next, we have Hyesung. I actually know nothing about her. I'm pretty sure she's a TV personality, but I'm not sure. However, I had to talk about this look because she looked stunning. She wore this huge black princess dress. The fabric of the dress was this sheer black tulle that had tons of sparkly bits in it. The bodice had some black velvet parts with tons of rhinestones beautifully sewed into it. The straps are also made from velvet and have a bow detail in them that perfectly match the bow in her hair. This dress is so impactful and memorable. It's so eye-catching and she looked absolutely stunning. The styling being minimal worked perfectly because it allowed for the dress to shine in all its glory. This is what I want for people in the red carpet, eye-catching and memorable looks, nothing else. Obviously, this is a 10 out of 10. Next, we have actress Park Gyuyoung. She wore this amazing blue strapless dress. The silhouette of the dress is kind of stiff on the neckline, but I actually really like that, and I love the V-cut in the bust. From the waist down the dress has a lot more of movement, and there's a slit on the back for better movement. The big kicker on the dress is the fact that its entirety is covered with this intricate rhinestone pattern. It elevates the dress so much, and I love how shiny it is. The styling is super minimal. Literally just a ring and a bracelet. I usually like a lot more jewelry, but in this instance I don't hate it because the hair and the dress are enough on their own. She paired the look with some black platform heels with gold details, but I don't love the shoe choice. Silver heels would have looked much better because the gold clashes a bit with the blue of the dress. However, she looked amazing nonetheless. The dress is so beautiful, and once again, this is how you do a red carpet look, people. Of course, 10 out of 10. Like I always say in this type of videos, boy group outfits are so boring. Their stylists really need to step it up and give them something more than just black simple suits. However, it's not like the girl group outfits were much better this instance. I hate that when it comes to a red carpet event, the artists usually stick to white and black for their outfits. It's so boring, especially if the clothing itself is really simple. I want more color, prints, unique silhouettes, and as a whole, iconic and memorable outfits that go down in K-pop history. My worst dressed for the red carpet are Les Sserafim. It pains me so much to choose them as worst dressed because I genuinely love these girls so much, but their outfits were not it. I don't understand what their styling team was thinking when they decided it was a good idea to give them these outfits. They look cheap, they are boring, and in some cases just right down ugly. They deserved so much better than this. I hope in future events their stylists doesn't do them dirty. Another worst dressed worth mentioning is 17. I love them so freaking much, and they didn't look bad per se, but their outfits were just so boring and forgettable. Now, for best dressed we actually had some competition because there were a few 10 out of 10 looks. However, my pick is Hyesung. She looked absolutely stunning, and since the first moment I saw her outfit, I loved it. From the styling, to the dress, to the hair, everything is just absolute and pure perfection. Another best look worth mentioning for me is Sooyoung. She also looked stunning, and I love her look so much. Now, we're into the performance outfits. The first ones we have is Goddess Performance collab between Yeonjin, Xiaoting, Minnie, Monica, and Bada. Yeonjin was the one who began the performance, and she wore this two-piece matching set that's made from this pink, blue, and purple kind of holographic fabric. The clothing had these crystals that acted out as water drops, and paired with the body highlight and the wet-inspired makeup look, she was perfect for the mermaid concept of her performance. Xiaoting wore this snake print gray bodysuit with see-through lace-up details. The bodysuit itself as a clothing piece is quite simple and nothing outstanding, however, paired with the hair and makeup, and the concept of the performance, it all worked perfectly. Monica wore this all-black look. The outfit consisted of a black lace-up top with bell-long sleeves and lace details. She paired it with a black lace-up corset, a black tulle skirt, and black lace see-through pants. The whole thing was giving me major goth vibes, and I absolutely love it. Bada danced with Monica, and she wore this brocade burgundy velvet long-sleeve top, with this gorgeous black skirt that had a red peekaboo detail on the hem. Her look was also giving me goth vibes, but a lot less than Monica's. Both of them didn't accessorize their looks that much, aside some chokers, but I don't mind because the clothes spoke for themselves. Lastly, Minnie wore this insane backless structured black top with gold details. It's made from a hard material, hence the stiffness of it, but it's so pretty and I love the gold butterflies at the hem. She paired it with this black velvet skirt, black boots with also gold details, and a black sparkly cape that she then took off. The accessories for her look were amazing. The gold big necklace was a lot, but perfect for the goddess concept. I also loved the gold finger pieces she wore, they added to the outfit, and looked amazing when there was a close-up on camera. All the girls looked stunning individually, and by the end, all of them got together and perform. I didn't love how they all looked next to one another, and solely for one reason, Yeonjin's outfit. She looked amazing, don't get me wrong, they all did, but her look didn't have any black in it, so instead of blending nicely like all the other outfits did, she stood out too much, and not in a nice way. If her outfit had that same holographic touch to the clothing fabric, but instead of being in purples and blues, was grays and blues, it would have blended much better. So, because of that, this look is a 9 out of 10 for me. Next, we have Ateez. The boys wore casual clothes for their performance look, which isn't really a bad thing, but you have to do it right to look nice in a performance as big as this one was. I actually like all their outfits individually, but I don't love how the final thing looks when they are all together. I like that Hyesung, Eunho, and Sooyoung have color in their looks, but I wish the rest of the boys also did. Aside from them three, the rest wore outfits with mostly black, which in turn blended them so much with the backup dancers, and at some points you wouldn't have been able to tell who was the artists if you didn't know them. One or two outfits entire in black would have looked fine, but I needed more of that vibrant green in the rest of the boys' clothing. Aside that, I do have to say that the accessory game in this instance was really good. I like that they are wearing head accessories, jewelry, belts, and gloves. Ateez sometimes have crazy colorful outfits for performances, and it's so sad that they didn't in this instance, because an event like Mama is the perfect event to pull off something like that. They didn't look bad, but the whole thing could have been better. 7 out of 10. Next, we have I-DLE Up. The girls wore black and red outfits. I absolutely love that color combo because red is my favorite color, so I of course love every single one of the outfits the girls wore. I like that the outfits included different textures with fabrics like PVC, satin, mesh, feather, and fake leather. The accessorizing also was pretty good with the girls wearing big necklaces, earrings, belts, tights, and gloves to elevate the look. As a whole the girls looked nice and the clothing pieces themselves were nice, but for me the styling felt a bit outdated and simplistic for the type of event. This type of styling is something that maybe was considered innovative around 2017-2018, however, by now, with such a rapidly moving fashion and trend cycle, this doesn't feel up to date. I also think that for a big of a performance as this one was, you need sparkles, rhinestones, sequins, just something shiny that attracts people to the performance. You are performing in front of a huge crowd, so the sparklier and brighter the clothing the better, because it means that even the people right there at the back can see you. I know it might be just me that thinks this way, but for me this is an 8 out of 10. Next, we have Boynextdoor. The boys wore this all-white looks with colorful outerwear and furry leg warmers. The standout elements in the look without a doubt are the colorful jackets and vests they have. I like how they are all in different colors, and some of them have print, but everything still perfectly match. I'm obsessed with the furry leg warmers. They are also different for each member, and I just love the fact that it's a boy group wearing them, because we've seen leg warmers like these in K-pop before, but it's always in girl groups. The boys then took of the jackets, vests, and leg warmers, leaving only the white clothing. Even though they were wearing white head to toe, it didn't look boring. They had some layering, some print, different textures with the fabrics, and nice accessories, that all came together to make the final look really interesting. Their outfits were giving me kind of Winter Wonderland inspired vibes because of the puffy vest, the layering, the furry accessories, and the color white. As a whole I really liked the outfits, and this was a super nice way to make what could have been a very simple and boring performance look much more amazing. 10 out of 10. Next, we have Niziu. The girls wore these super cute white, pink, purple, and blue outfits. Most of them are wearing crop tops in different colors, with the overall same silhouette, and paired them with wrap miniskirts. Only 2 of the girls are wearing dresses, and I personally love the one with the purple bows. I like that there are different types of fabrics within the look that make it more interesting. The accessories are on freaking point, which all the girls wearing nice jewelry, the furry arm pieces being super cute, and all the shoes choices being amazing. I also love how they tried to give each girl a different hairstyle with a different hair accessory. The outfits were kind of giving me Winter Wonderland vibes mixed in with ballerina core. The white and the furry pieces in the look are the things that gave me the winter vibe, while the wrap skirts, especially the ones with tulle, is what was giving me ballerina core vibes. Regardless of what was the inspiration behind the outfits, they still looked amazing. The song the girls performed has a soft and cutesy vibe, which worked perfectly with these outfits. I don't think one of them looks bad, and I wouldn't change anything about this, so 10 out of 10 for me. Next, we have Riize. The boys wore these matching outfits that consisted of an oversized jersey and tracksuit pants. Both pieces were personalized, not only with the group name, but also each member's name at the back. They also wore matching gloves, which looked nice. The outfits are simple, there's no denying it, and I get that they wore outfits like this for the Talk Saxy era, but for Mama maybe the look could have been more elevated. They did have sequins in the clothing, which was nice, but nowhere enough. For the siren performance, they took off the jerseys and added sequin bomber jackets. They looked nice, and looked a bit better than with the jerseys, but it still wasn't enough. I don't necessarily hate their outfits, this is actually a matter of personal taste, because I'm sure some people love it, but for me, I would have preferred something even more impactful. 7 out of 10. And I'm not going to rank their outfits because they are all wearing the same clothes. Next, we have Treasure. The whole concept for their performance was this spaceship futuristic / intergalactic thing, and that's why all their outfits had a lot of silver shiny elements. First, the subunit T5 performed and they wore black long sleeve tops with black vests and silver pants. Then, when the full group came together, the T5 members ditched the black vests, and the whole group wore long sleeve tops in black and gray, silver or gray pants, and silver with gray vests that gave the illusion of armor. The outfits actually remind me a lot of what they wore for the Bona Bona music show promotions, which makes total sense, but there's the shiny silver elements that make the outfits more impactful for a performance like Mama. As a whole they all looked nice, but the outfits weren't that revolutionary. Is something we've already seen before in a ton of boy groups, and that isn't necessarily a bad thing, but they failed at making their outfits unique to them, and that's what I don't like. 8 out of 10. Next, we have Les Sserafim. The girls performed Eve, Psyche, and the Bluebeard's wife, and these outfits definitely felt like a much elevated version of what they wore during the music show promotions of this song. I like the combination of black with the dark gray in the look, and I absolutely love that each member had one, if not multiple, sparkly elements in their look. The clothing pieces themselves were super nice and eye-catching. I especially love the sparkly ones, and paired all of them together with amazing accessories was just perfect. The outfits looked amazing on camera while they were performing, they seem comfortable enough, and they are so memorable, that's all I ask for a performance look. All the pieces were also perfectly tailored to each one of the members, and they just looked stunning. The girls had my least favorite look in the red carpet, like I really disliked it, however, they redeemed themselves with this look. This was perfect in every single way, and I really need so much more of this from the girls, and much less of the red carpet look, please and thank you Les Sserafim's styling team. Obviously this is a 10 out of 10. Next, we have Zero Base 1. The boys wore your standard and basic gray suit with white shirts underneath. They all had a satin piece of fabric across the jacket of the suit that was in different shades of blue. I personally don't love that element of the look, but it also didn't look awful. What I do love, however, are all the sequins that they have sewed into the jacket. They looked so good and they sparkled so much when the boys were performing. I actually wish that the sparkles were also in the pants, since from the waist up it looks amazing, but from the waist down is so boring. They also wore black sparkly gloves, but I have to say that I don't love them. It did match the black shoes, but aside that, I didn't find any purpose for them. By the end of the performance, they took the jackets, and wore the white shirts with silver harnesses. In this instance I do actually like the black gloves because it adds another element to the look, and I like how the gloves look with the white shirts. The looks got a lot simpler, but not in a bad way. It matched the vibe of the song they were performing, and they looked good. As a whole the boys didn't wear revolutionary clothing, I wish they had experimented a bit more with the clothing, but they also didn't look bad. 8 out of 10 for me. Next, we have I-DLE. The girls wore this shiny silver outfits that looked so good on stage. All the outfits are different silhouette-wise, but they have the same core elements, like the silver fabric, the black details, and the silver sequins. The outfits are obviously custom-made, and they actually look a bit custom-y when they are off stage, but that's honestly how performance wear always looks. It's meant to be eye-catching from miles away, so when it's up close it might seem like too much. I love the silver boots they paired the outfit with. They are so cute, they matched perfectly with the look, they stylized the girls so much, and I just love how shiny they are. The accessories were also so good. I love the silver butterfly belt some of the girls have. I love the big silver earring and necklaces they wore, and even their makeup looks were on point. I don't have a single thing I dislike about this look, so of course 10 out of 10. And last, but certainly not least, we have 17. The boys wore all black clothes, with black, gold and red jackets on top. The base of the outfit consisted of black jeans and a black t-shirt. The jeans changed according to the members, with some having baggy jeans, some having more fitted jeans, and so on and so on. Then, on top of that they all had jackets with the same theme and colors, but each one was different. The jackets are so intricate, and you can tell that it took a lot of work to make them. They also look super heavy because of all the stuff that's sewn into it, but if they are uncomfortable, they didn't show any signs. The jackets also remind me a lot of military uniforms from the 19th century. I don't know if that was a source of inspiration, or if it's just me getting those vibes. The outfits are very similar to what they wore for the God of Music promotion period, simple clothes with intricate jackets being the main element. They didn't look bad, and the clothes weren't also bad, but it did felt a bit simple for how big the performance was. Maybe if the bottom half of the outfit was as good as the top half, they would have looked better. 8 out of 10. I'm not going to rank the outfits because they are so similar. As a whole, the performance outfits were much better than the red carpet outfits. They all weren't perfect, but at least there wasn't a single look I passionately disliked. One thing that I found very common in a multiple outfits was this silver, almost galactic, touch to the looks. Treasure and I-DLE were the groups that gave off that vibe the most, but Zero Base 1 and Les Sserafim also kind of did, but not as explicit. Like I said before, the performance outfits were really good, and a lot of people looked amazing, so it was a bit hard choosing a best dressed, but at last I did. My personal favorite from day 2 performances was Les Sserafim. I honestly can't believe they managed to get worst red carpet dressed, and best performance dressed, like what is that? But yeah, I really loved their outfits so much, and the girls looked stunning. The worst dressed for me was unfortunately Ateez. Their outfits just weren't that cohesive, and none of the members looked bad, but their stylists could have done a bit more to make them better. Mama is an award show for music, so you would assume that the best dressed people are the singers that are nominated or performing in the ceremony, but no. Literally the best dressed people, both in day 1 and day 2, are not singers. Actresses delivered so hard this year, like not a single one of them looked bad, and in my opinion they kind of managed to outshine K-pop idols. I hope that next year we can get more interesting and unique outfits, so stylists out there, get more creative please. That was everything for the video, and if you made it up to this point, you are amazing. I really hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments if you agree with my opinions, and who was your best and worst dressed of day 2. I wanted to post this video a lot earlier, like it's been 2 weeks since the awards happened, but I've so freaking busy, but at last, here it is. I originally wanted to post a video for the Melon Music Awards outfits, but they also happened like 2 weeks ago, and I don't know if people are still interested in that. But if you do, let me know you want to see that. If you want to see more of me, follow me in my Instagram account. I post K-pop fashion related content and do some games on my stories with outfits idols have worn. Thank you so much for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.